This week on Pole House Blackpot Weekend Getaways, we continue our visit to lead mine conservation. Last week we visited Wagons for Warriors, and we fixed squash and ribs. This week we go to the event Wagons for Warriors. We'll tell you more about it in a bit. This weekend seems to be the weekend for new stuff. We fix a new dip. And we head for home.
I think they're done, hon. Well, we had our coffee and our
Breakfast?
breakfast. We had some mixed up scrambled eggs with bacon in it, and then that, what is it, naan bread?
Yes, we've
That's pretty good
discovered
stuff,
naan bread.
yeah.
It's kind of like pita bread, only it's a little better tasting, I think. So, we are headed back to Lebanon for the main event at Wagons for Warriors.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully have a...
This campground, I only have one complaint. Since there's so many horses, there's lots of flies.
Well, that goes, I kind of go and have a picnic. When you have a picnic, you got to have ants. I guess when you have horses, you got to have flies. So,
We're having a great time though.
this is a great... Yesterday's weather was just perfect.
Today it's supposed to be a little warmer,
Little warmer,
although
but still not that bad.
I'm still in long pants, so we'll see. Anyways, we'll see when we get to Lebanon.
All right. See you there.
This is the 11th annual Wagons for Warriors. This event is for the Wounded Warrior Project. Proceeds are going to a housing development for people injured and family members of people injured in the military, veterans. This event earned over $80,000, and they're going to break ground on this new housing development.
Already clean dressed hogs and all. That box will have cooking directions printed on it. I didn't.
The word chuck, as in chuck wagon, derived from the English word meaning good, hearty food. Colonel Charles Goodnight is credited for the idea behind the chuck wagon. In 1866, as a cattle rancher, he needed to drive 2,000 head of Texas Longhorns from Texas to Colorado for market. This was a trip that would take 15 to 20 cowboys several months. Charles needed a way to feed the hungry cowboys during this long journey. Charles used what he learned as a colonel in the Civil War in order to take a four-wheel military-style wagon and added a wooden box in the back which contained several drawers, shelves, and cubbies. He added a fold-down back door that would be used as a work table. The chuck box contained many essentials such as coffee, lard, salt pork, dried beans, flour, sugar, rice, numerous canned and dried fruit, and of course, whiskey, used for medicinal purposes only. The front of the wagon held bed linens and raincoats called slickers. Also needed on the wagon was a coffee grinder, coffee pot, several Dutch ovens, a large wooden water barrel, plus odds and end hand tools.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Onions and peppers?
Yes, sir. This is going to go into our Kansas cowpuncher mix.
Oh.
So it's going to be kind of a heated theme.
Sounds good.
Let's get going with it.
So, yeah. I'll rinse this real quick.
Be sure to see him and shake his hand, thank him. Chicken fried steak. Look great.
The cook, or camp cookie, was the second in command only after the trail boss. He had to get up well before everyone else and have coffee and breakfast ready by sunrise. He then had to rush ahead to find the next camping spot, hopefully with a watering hole, plus have supper ready by the time the cattle and hungry cowboys arrived. It was no surprise that the cookie was a grouchy old fella, and many times he was also acting as the barber, a dentist, or even to settle disputes amongst the cowboys.
What you got? Oh, cobbler? Is that what you call it?
Sure, coffee.
Not quite getting there in it. It's starting to brown good. Beautiful. Yes, it is. Confusing to keep up on when you're doing that many. When you rotated one and when you
Besides
started,
all the great grub, we were also treated with a dance from a Native American group from Delaware. This is called the Veterans Dance. This dance was used to tramp down grass as they arrived and set up their teepees. This dance is known as the healing dance. There are 365 bells on her outfit, one for every day of the year.
back over here.
That's all I had. That's the only thing you got for this.
Well, we're going to have a little toddler and then our grandson will sit right there and pass out food.
Oh, okay.
Feel like this over done. Hello, how are you?
Thank you.
Where's the box sign at? Come on. I said, oh, no.
No, we got you.
Well, I got the succotash. Got chicken. Let's see here. Chicken, corn, green pepper, okra. I think there's some onion in there, red pepper. Pretty good stuff. This is one of just tons of different options you can get here. From chicken fried steak, beef tips, cobblers,
all kinds of desserts. So this is just the start. We'll see what else we can find. Get this eaten first. So what'd you get, Angel?
Beef brisket, black eyed peas stew, which you know I like black eyed peas. I haven't tried that yet. That's barbecue coleslaw and sweet potato cobbler.
Nice.
So the brisket's good.
Yeah, I had a bite of it already. It's good. That was really good. Try this stew. Ma'am. Try Brussels sprout.
I did. It's good.
One of your favorites?
Fried. That was just a little softer fried than I like.
It's got a good flavor to it, doesn't it?
Yep.
I'm gonna try the coffee before I can forget. That's good. You definitely taste the lemon in it.
Yep. Okay.
That's good stuff.
Now, if it looks like I'm on a mission, I am. Yes, Mom, I'm buying 2 new cookbooks. And this lady, you might have seen her on Kent Rawlings' YouTube channel. Who's Kent Rawlings, you add?
No, you're a busy guy. No. You pass out silverware. I certainly will, man.
Kent Rawlings is a well-known cowboy cook, but you might have also seen him on
No, I'm not.
Food Network's
I'm no
Chopped.
angel.
He was a contestant on there.
See you next time. Oh, man, I think she's got it. Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you.
All right, she's filming me. All right.
I got a picture of you earlier too.
Thank y'all. Thank you. Glad to have you. Nice to finally meet you. We're at Jude's Coffee Company. We just left the Wagons for Warriors, and everybody needs some iced coffee. Okay, what is this? Jude's we got. We did our standard iced mocha.
This morning, yeah.
No.
Or yesterday we did ours. Today we're trying theirs.
Yeah.
This stuff's good though.
But we did our standard when we go
Yeah.
everywhere. We usually get iced mochas. So.
This is almost better than Starbucks.
That's good.
Yeah, it is. So
Very good.
I guess we're gonna head back to camp.
Yeah. It's early afternoon, but it's been a busy morning already. So
Yes, I'm
back to camp and
tired.
relax a little bit before.
And look at our Kent Rawlings cookbooks.
That's right. Check them out. All right. We'll see you later. Well, we got back
Yeah.
from Lebanon and took a little afternoon
Wagons for
relax.
Warriors.
Yes. Kind of relaxed a little bit.
Yeah, I
before
went to
here.
bed.
Do a little snooze. I sat out here under the shade and nice little breeze. It's a beautiful day for
There it is.
sitting out. So we're here doing,
I think this is the weekend for doing stuff we've never done before. Brand new
Yeah.
recipe you thought of.
well, a friend of mine, or a co-worker, they went out to eat at a Mexican restaurant, carry-in for lunch at work one day, and had a chorizo cheese dip from a Mexican restaurant as an appetizer. And it was really good. So we thought, well, we'd figure out something. And it had jalapenos, and Angel's not a big jalapeno fan.
No.
And so it's like, okay, so we're going to do a little different. We're going to try the chorizo dip, because we have, of course, chorizo sausage. And it kind of have a white cheese sauce. So we figured, well, maybe a little bit of, like if you do a fondue sometimes, you can do a little bit of a beer,
Yeah.
some dark beer, maybe some cream cheese for creaminess, and some
And then
Monterey Jack.
Monterey Jack
might be a
cheese.
good white cheese. And then rather than jalapenos, we're gonna do a little can of
Green chilies.
green chilies. So nice amount of peppery heat, but not quite as bad as jalapeno.
And he wants to do it over the open fire, so
Yep,
we'll
got
see.
fire started a few minutes ago, and it cooked down a little bit, and we should be right back in a few minutes, and we're gonna try to cook this over the fire. So hopefully it'll turn out. We'll see.
Yep.
Okay, so we got the fire going, put the grate down, and if you know how these grates work, the legs on the campsite Dutch oven don't work too good, so we're going to put a lid stand down right on top of it. Give us a little bit more get to it, because we probably have quite a bit of heat.
Prevailing winds, dear.
Right now they're not going my way. They probably will change shortly. So that'll heat a couple minutes. I'm going to get my chorizo sausage. Get it opened up here real quick. Now chorizo sausage is kind of interesting. It's got a lot of different spices in it. I'm not for sure much about it, but we used it once. I used it when I did calzones.
Thousand
didn't I?
Hills, yes.
Yeah, you did the regular, I did my chorizo version. It was a
Which
Mexican
you'd
themed.
You'd had something like that at, when we went to St. Louis, Faber State Park.
Yeah, that's why.
That
That's the reason
restaurant.
we did it. Now you got to be careful with the metal spatula. This is pretty rounded edges, so you're not likely to scratch up your Dutch oven. So you really got to be careful. I would normally would have used a wooden spoon or spatula, but our problem is we don't have a holy spoon to drain this chorizo when we get done. So we're going to use this and kind of scoop it out so it can drain a few minutes, get rid of some of that extra grease, because I don't think we need any of the extra grease. So what we're going to do, I think, is cook the chorizo down, then pull it out, get the extra fat out of there, and then we're going to start with the next part of it and make our sauce, I think. So we don't know how it's going to work out because we've never done it before, but we'll find out. So we're going to cook this and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honey, how do you tell when the chorizo's done?
I don't know. Well, we know it's been cooking long enough. Based on regular cooking, you know, sausage or hamburger, it would probably be done. So, we're going to assume it's done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off the fire. So we're away from the fire long enough. We'll take it over to the Dutch oven table. We're going to sit a minute. I think I'm going to take it out, take it and put it on paper towels and drain that extra grease off because we're probably not going to need it. Then we're going to come back in a few minutes with the next step. So we'll be right back.
Well, I'm going to keep going. Wade had to go get some green chilies, we hope, at a local store. So I'm going to keep going until he gets back. Bring this over here. He thought about heating up about a half of a stout beer. And we're gonna put some cream cheese in there. And then I'm gonna put the lid on that. We're gonna let that heat up a few minutes. So hopefully when we come back, Wade'll be back. I told him we forgot something, so
Okay, so I'll give it another stir real quick. Looking good,
it's
huh?
starting to come together,
Yeah.
isn't it?
The cream cheese has got to kind of get mixed in there. So we're thick enough. You can even be a little thinner, but I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and add with the chilies the juice too. Right? You think?
Yeah.
Cause they got that juice in here has got a good flavor.
And that's a big can of them diced
This
green
is
chilies.
7-ounce can. We'll add. And I'm gonna stir that in.
We think we're gonna need more beer too, but you know, we've never fixed
What'd you do,
this,
about
so-
half a bottle?
Yeah,
Right.
rest of it's right there.
So that'd be out 6 ounces. Okay. Okay. That'll continue to cook a few minutes.
Now, do you want to put the other cheese in there now, or you want to wait?
Well, tell me to go get it. You want to go get it real quick?
All right, I'll go.
I'll keep stirring here.
We bought this yesterday, because I forgot it too. So, well, I guess it's not in that one. Must be in this one. Well, we've got it. There it is. Of course, it's down at the bottom. How's it looking now, dear?
Looking better, look at that.
Yeah, it is. It's starting to come
Those
together.
pieces of cream cheese are dissolving.
Oh, well, I'm gonna look in that and then I'll open this cheese thing for you.
Okay.
So it's ready to go.
I think we probably go ahead and just add it and just let it kind of cook along, don't you?
There you go.
This is a 2-cup package of Monterey Jack cheese.
Shredded.
And you could probably use pepper jack if you wanted something spicier. Of course, then you'd probably be using jalapeno peppers. So we're gonna stir this in. And then, won't take long. As soon as this comes together, we'll see if we need a little thinner. Then we'll add a little bit more beer if we need to. And
Once
then-
that cheese is a natural thickening agent, so.
Yeah, so,
And then we'll add the chorizo and let it come up to temp, right?
yeah,
You're
we're
gonna need some more beer, dear.
Yep.
We use dark beer. You can use whatever you like.
Yeah, it's because if you had a Mexican beer, wherever you're at, would probably be good. Since this is kind of a Mexican themed dip, of course. That would be great.
Of course, it's making more than we could ever eat.
Oh well, we'll take it home. We'll be all right. What do you think now?
Well, I think maybe we need to add some more. Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Just a little bit more? We don't want it too thin.
No, we don't.
Let's add the chorizo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's right there underneath that.
All right. Chorizo that we already cooked is going back in. Yeah.
We didn't want it greasy because, you know,
Yeah, it sits
Cheese.
on top of it. And it,
well, and the cheese has enough grease in it.
yeah,
itself.
sometimes if you overcook it, a lot of times we add the shredded cheese like this Monterey Jack or something after everything else is kind of done, and then keep an eye on it. As soon as it comes together, you take it off the heat and eat it. Because sometimes it'll, even though some of these cheese that supposedly melt good, it seems like after a little bit they still kind of separate and the oils come out.
I think it's going to need the rest of that beer, honey.
And then a little bit more beer.
Yep.
I don't want it too thin. You may not put quite all of it in there. And about a couple ounces at a time. We got just some tortilla chips. We bought some this week that were really good. They were kind of a restaurant style corn chips, supposed to be good with, you know, queso or something like that. So that's what we brought. All right, we're gonna let this heat up for just a couple of minutes. Everything that chorizo get back hot again. And then we'll come back in just a few minutes and give it a sample.
Well,
Let's try it.
yep, here. Here's what it looks like. Get you a bite here.
Right, consistency.
Uh-huh.
That's not half bad.
Is it? Well, let me see. Let me put my angel stamp of approval on it.
I don't think the jalapeno would have hurt it because it's not real spicy. Of course, I can handle a bit of heat, but
Alright, pretty good.
got a little bit of that beer flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So if you probably didn't like the beer flavor, you might want to use a little lighter beer. But it's pretty tasty. I think this is good.
Alright.
I think we did good.
Well, I was gonna do it for today. But we'll see in the morning. So
We gotta go home tomorrow.
yeah, I know.
Well, we've made it partway home.
Yep.
And we're at the town of Camdenton. And we've stopped here before, but we've never put on video. At the Chuck Wagon Cafe. So just kind of a neat time to,
Since we went to the Chuck Wagon.
yeah. We'll get a picture of the sign real quick. This menu is pretty cool. It's got names like the Bonanza, the Roundup, Sodbuster, Stampede, Dust Bowl, Big Valley, Gunsmoke, Chuck Wagon B&B Breakfast, The Outlaw, Wild Wild West, and the Starving Cowboy, and last, the Gunslinger. And you got stuff for the Little Buckaroos. They got a buffet, might track that out too. That's where Angel's going. I think I'm gonna do the same thing.
You too. Oh. Stuff. Ooh, I'm full.
Did you get enough food?
Oh yeah.
Pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Got a neat little place. A lot of decor inside that's really neat too.
Yep. So
John
that'll
Wayne and Jesse James and Billy the Kid. And
So that'll about do it for this weekend getaway. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for watching.
yep, have a good week. And this is actually Memorial Day weekend. So
Happy Memorial Day. Memorial Day.